So this independent drive starts off with the examiner asking the pupil to turn right at the roundabout, the third exit, and then follow signs for Blackpool. More often than not, the examiner will ask you to turn left at this junction, as the sign is hard to see. You can see the sign at this point just at the barrier in the middle of the carriageway. The examiner will now ask you to follow signs for Bartle. They may ask you to move into the right-hand lane at this point. Shortly we come up to a few roundabout signs. The information you're trying to gather is which direction you're going in, which exit it is, any road names, and also looking at lane signs to see which lane you need to take. The roundabout sign shows that Bartle is the road off to the right and it's the second exit. The lane sign shows that shortly there'll be 3 lanes. We'll need to move into the right hand lane, which is lane 3 after the traffic lights. Next, look for the road markings. We'll see this lane splits into 2. Both lanes go the same way, following the A582 north. In this situation, it's best to take the left-hand lane, which is the non-overtaking lane. It's important to stay in the same lane that you start in, following the road markings. If you do drift across, it could cause major problems. The next sign shows that Bartle is straight ahead. It's the first exit. Again, you'll see that there's a choice of 2 lanes. It's best to take the left one, the non-overtaking lane. Next, we have a more complicated roundabout sign. We'll see Bartle is a right turn, it's the 4th exit, and you're following the B5467. As we'd expect, the lane sign shows that you're going to take the far right lane, lane 4. The lane markings confirm that this is the only lane for the B5467. Again, we make sure we stay in the correct lane and look for road markings, again the B5467. If you've been counting the exits as we go around the roundabout, the one directly in front is now the third exit, so we're taking the next exit after that. So now we expect that we need to take the left-hand lane to exit the roundabout safely. At the next few junctions there are no signs, so the examiner goes back to directing as normal for a while. I'll give you the directions that the examiner will give as we approach the junctions. At the traffic lights, turn right please. Here the candidate was just asked to pull up and park on the left. The examiner will do this a number of times on your driving test, and as soon as you've parked up they'll just ask you to drive on again. They're checking how and where you park up and how you move off. Again, no signs here, so the examiner gives an instruction to turn left at the end of the road. Again, no signs here at this junction, but also no instruction from the examiner. The examiners don't tell you when you're going ahead at a junction, they're just checking that you actually see the junction and you look out for anything you may need to give way to. Here the examiner instructs to turn right at the next traffic lights and then follow the signs for Preston. The roundabout sign shows that Preston is a right turn and it's the 4th exit, so count the exits as you go around the roundabout. The examiner now instructs to follow signs for city centre. The next roundabout sign shows city centre straight ahead, 2nd exit. The next roundabout sign shows city centre straight ahead, 2nd exit. The next roundabout sign shows city centre straight ahead, 2nd exit. As you approach this roundabout, you'll notice there is no left turn, it hasn't been built, so it's actually the first proper exit you're taking. At some point along this road, the examiner will inform you that that's the end of the independent drive, and they will then direct you as normal from that point. I hope you found this video useful. It should help you reinforce or understand better the way to look at roundabout signs and road markings in order to stay in the correct position as you enter a roundabout and to plan where you're going there. Remember, as you're coming up to the roundabouts, keep looking for traffic and look at the exits you're going past so you can decide where you need to leave the roundabout. The driver in this video was actually one of my students on his driving test, and he did pass with flying colours. For me, this is one of the hardest routes in Preston for following road signs and markings.